All right, Joel, Zeke Correll, you guys are here as our guest this week. This segment's presented by Yeti. You guys fans of the Yeti products?
Oh,
Of course.
yeah.
I got one right here. Right,
Love that.
we do our coldest moment of the week. So I want to talk about that second touchdown drive. It's a pretty cold moment. We can talk about the rest of the game in a little bit, but 11 plays, 96 yards. Right, you guys are part of that unit up front. Just from your standpoint, I'll start with you, Joe. Just what about that drive stood out to you when you think about it going ahead? What comes to mind? Maybe the coldest moment even of that drive.
Yeah, I think for us, we just felt like we were starting to wear them down there in that towards like the second half. We had been driving the first half. We just hadn't really, necessarily capitalized on the opportunities we've been presented with. But getting to that second half, we knew we had it in us. We knew we were moving the ball, and we got into that drive, and it just felt different. I mean, it didn't feel different, but it just felt like we know we can do this, and we're going to go score this touchdown, whatever it takes. And I think, it's always Zeke in the middle, kind of starting that with just his communication, just like his, I don't know, he just gets us going. He's like, this is the drive, this is where we got to lock in, and we're going to do it. And I think that drive, we just kind of all said, like, no matter what, we're finishing in the end zone, and we did whatever it took to get there.
What stood out to you, Zeke?
Honestly, just like the mentality of the group. Going into that one, there's like a gotta have it moment, and you can kind of tell when guys are starting to bend a little bit that you're going against when you're wearing on them. And during that drive, it was more like this has to happen, and it was a no matter what mindset. Like we're gonna get this done, no question. And yeah, obviously we had a good drive, but it still hurts.
I can imagine. One thing I wanted to ask both of you, because I don't watch the game with the same lens you guys do. You guys see the stuff in the trenches better than me. If you can think back to each other's career, you guys have been together now 3 years, I guess. But what is maybe the coldest moment you've witnessed the other guy execute on the offensive line? Can you think of a coldest moment? It can be in a game. It can be on tape. You got yours?
Yeah, I got mine.
Zeke can think, and I'll let Joe go first.
Yeah.
What is Zeke's coldest moment?
I would say it was the entire Clemson game. They had a blitz where they take their two inside backers and they cross them. And Zeke leading the charge with our two guards against them last year, handled it so well, and it really opened up our running game the entire game, because that was going to be their game stopper for us. They're going to hit us with this blitz over and over again, and Zeke took the charge and made it work every play, and that was where our biggest runs came from. And us being able to handle that allowed our run game to go, and allowed us to hold possession, win the football game, and it was huge for us.
What about Joe?
I don't remember what game it was, but we were in a lot of no-pull gap last year, and there was one play where Joe had a combo block that he took his guy, I think it was like 25 yards downfield, planted him on his back. And I remember seeing that during the game. I was like, this kid can ball. Like this, that's legit. Like that's demoralizing for them. And I mean, obviously I've known for a long time now that Joe's that guy, but that was something special.
All right.
The coldest offensive line moment, I want to see if you guys know this one, that I've seen since I've been here, is that Quinton Nelson blitz pickup against Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Have you guys been able to execute anything like that in your time here? You guys are still seeking that one blitz pickup that Quinton had back in the day?
We're still seeking it, I would say. I mean, there's potential on some of the protections to get one, but we're still seeking. That's a heads up play.
Quinton Nelson. Yeah, that's every lineman's dream, is being able to sprint. So a guy, when he doesn't see you, catch him off guard, so he can't use his athleticism against you and juke you out of your socks. But yeah, obviously you'd want to love to sprint and just go absolutely annihilate someone.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a relationship with Q? I'm sure he's in touch with the program to an extent. Like what's the relationship like that there?
Yeah, he's a little bit of neither of us play with him.
Right.
So I mean, we've met him. He's a great guy. Obviously, awesome football player. Did a lot for this university, a lot for Notre Dame offensive line standard.
Yeah.
He kind of helped set that and what it really means to be an offensive lineman for Notre Dame. He's a good dude.
Yeah, I think exactly what Zeke said. And he came last spring. We got to meet him and talk to him, and he kind of just reemphasized what that standard was. And it was really cool for a guy like me, because I was still young, to hear how this standard has been, involved in the group and been there for so long, and hearing a guy like him talk about it and it's still the same was really a cool moment for me.
It's amazing to see how consistent your guys' position is at this place, because I've been here. This is my 8th season working here, and it's like the one position group, and the other ones are great. Don't get me wrong, we like them all, right? But man, it's just like a level of consistency that's always there. And whenever I talk to someone that's a part of your group, that same message comes out. It's like there's a pride in what has come before you and to maintain that, right?
100%.
Yeah, exactly what you said. I mean, we take great pride in what we do, just like preparation, making sure we're all on the same page, playing together, 5 as 1. And then like when you're playing out there, you're not just playing for yourself, you're playing for the guy next to you.
Mm-hmm.
And all those that came before you, like you don't want to let them down.
Yeah.
That's something that they've said.
I think that was a big emphasis that like I learned about. I was like, yeah, we're doing this for like the guys next to us, but there's also the guys that came before us. You know, they play on Sundays, or maybe they're not playing, but they're watching. They're like, we want to keep that standard that they set, that they work so hard to develop. We want to continue that with how we play and how hard we work and our preparation going into each week, just to like honor those guys and what they did for the program.
Don't want to harp on this past game too much, but I want to talk to you guys about it because it just happened. Let's first start with OLine and your guys' assessment of your play. Coming into this game, like Ohio State's got big-time players on the other side of the field. I thought you guys did a pretty darn good job, but you guys have had a couple days to kind of reflect. Where did you guys think you performed well? Were there areas you guys were hoping to be better? What was your takeaway from that game on Saturday from just your position group standpoint?
Yeah, I think for us, we talked about it, me and Zeke talked about it with the group the whole week, was like, let's go play us and be us and do what we do well. And I think we did execute that really well, especially in the run game. Didn't change up too many things and just kind of did what we do and just like continue to work each and every week to get better on things. And I think that's what we did in the run game. And I think it worked well for us. We were able to just go out there and know our jobs, know our responsibilities, use our technique, and we're able to be successful in the run. And I thought that was something that we harped on that I thought went well for the most part in the run. There's obviously plays you want to have back that, you know, you miss your keys and stuff. But
sure.
I think for the most part, our run game was pretty solid in the way we wanted to execute it.
Yeah. What about you, Zeke?
Yeah, I agree with what he said. You know, going into the week, we kind of have this mindset of like playing fearless, playing free, just going out there and doing what we do, like playing Notre Dame offensive line football. That's what our whole thing was, not playing to their game. And I think, we had a good game. You know, obviously, what he said, there's always plays you're going to want back. You know, you're going to watch it on films. You want that one back.
That's football, right?
That's football. Yeah. That's how it is. You're never going to win every single rep. Otherwise, you'd be the best player of all time.
There were two teams playing, too, right? Like they're going to win a couple
I thought we executed at a high level, and, you know, I think we did a lot of things to help the offense, you know, get going. So,
Okay, I want you guys to keep it very real with me. The last 48 hours, like, what's your reaction been since the game? Because it's a game you guys obviously could win. It comes down to the last play. What have you guys – I think players probably are – I would assume, you can correct me if I'm wrong, can get over any loss quicker than fans because you guys have to go look forward to Duke, right? But there's still this one day you have off, and you guys are going to get together today, I think, is your first time meeting usually after Sunday off. So, like, what have the last 48 hours been, or 36 hours really, for you guys as you reflect on that and then have to turn the page here soon? Start with you, Joe.
Yeah, I think for me, I've always lived by a 24-hour rule. So as soon as that last play is played, you have 24 hours to think about it, and then you got to move on. So, you know, post game, not gonna lie, I felt like I was gonna throw up, and that one hurt so bad. You just feel sick to your stomach. I went back to my house, saw my family. You know, they come into town, you gotta be with them. But went to bed, and I didn't go to bed till probably 5 a.m. I watched the film 3 times over again, and just you want it so bad, and you're so close, you just get sick watching it, and it's a hard one to swallow. And then we get together as a unit, offensive line unit on Sunday and go over it. It's just, you don't want to play the what ifs game, but there are always what ifs watching film, and you're just like, gosh, it was just right there, and what could we have done more? And it's always super hard. But then you get past that 24 hours for me, and it's like, all right, now we got to kind of reset. You got to take the things you watched in film and get better on them this week and start focusing on the next opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Coach Freeman always says you either win or you learn, and that one obviously very disappointing. After the game, of course, that's all it's going to be on your mind for the next day. But good teams, after a loss like that, they will look for answers, but the great teams will come together and find solutions. And we are a solution-based program. We're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that never happens again. And Coach Freeman always talks about reaching our full potential. Like, you have to be that way every play. Live in the moment. Can't think about the next play. Can't think about the last one. It's always this one right here. That's all you're guaranteed. It's all you got. So we got stuff to clean up. But Yeah, that one definitely hurt.
That was a great one.
Mm-hmm.
Good
I
teams
love that
look for answers. Great teams find solutions.
Mhm.
Right? That could be on a T-shirt.
That's
That's
a good one.
That's a
Zeke.
good
I
one.
like that one a lot.
Frame it.
Yeah, you can
I
frame
was
that one.
Yeah, put it on a plaque.
Yeah.
I was impressed by the
I'm all
guys
about
that I
it.
saw talk to the media after the game. Like they were already, folks saying the right things, looking forward. How do you guys as leaders like put that into action? Because I think it's going to be tough probably for the next 2 days, but eventually you're going to go down to Duke and play. What do you guys have to do as leaders on this team to kind of get it going back in the right direction for Duke?
Yeah. Whatever needs to be corrected needs to be corrected now, like with a sense of urgency that, that game's passed, but whatever you did poorly, you have to improve upon so that you get better and better as the year goes on. And you don't have time to keep thinking about it. Like if you, let's say it's a Wednesday and you're still thinking about last week, like you let that day slip and then you're not as prepared as you should be for the following week. So we take it day by day, and, like as a leader, you just have to make sure that the guys understand what it means to be a part of a team, like what it means to be a part of this. And then like, how can they improve? How can they add to the team, add value? And how can we get better as a team? So
like Zeke said, like improving every day. And I think one of the things that Coach Freeman harps on is let's win today. And I think that's something, as leaders, you want to kind of get back instilled, and everyone is like, all right, that game's behind us now. We got to win today. What are we going to take from, that game or yesterday's practice or watching film? What are we going to take and, write your thing down that you're going to work on this week? What is it going to be, and what are you going to do, and how are you going to do it? And put your effort towards that, and not waiting on the past. And, something that I think is, you have a game like that, you can have an edge going into the next game, but you can never let it, affect your emotions and your mindset. You got to have the same mindset every day that I'm going to win today, and I'm going to put all my effort into today, and how am I going to get better as a player, as a person, as a teammate, as a brother. That's the main focus. Yeah.
We were talking a little bit about Sam as you guys came in here. I always think of the offensive line. You guys said the older guys kind of teach the younger guys how to come along, but you have such a veteran quarterback. Have you learned anything about offensive line play, maybe even from him, or anything that he does that's helped educate you on how you can play your position better? What's Sam's impact maybe been on your guys' role this year?
You definitely makes our job easier. I can tell you that. Obviously very experienced guy. Like at the start of the season, he was like, "Yeah, this is my 49th college football game."
Crazy.
Which, 49 college football games. That's a lot of experience going in. So, you have a veteran quarterback, and Sam, it's a guy you can always rely on. You can always count on him to get his job done. It's been a pleasure playing with him. Okay. He's a great guy.
Yeah, exactly like Zeke said. And the only thing I'll add is just like, with his experience, he comes like a confidence level and like a cool, calm, collected feel. He's very poised on the field. And I think that kind of has helped us. And like, you just kind of feel in the huddle. You just feel kind of collected and poised. And like, we're not going out, yes, you got to win your individual job and do your job, but it feels like we're an offense going up against a defense. We all feel together and connected. And I think that starts with him at the leadership back there.
I know I saw he gave out the beats at the beginning of the year, and like I've always heard that quarterbacks, they do a little bit extra for the offensive line. So like, did you guys get engraved beats? Did you guys get a second set? Like where was the extra part for the O-line?
Mine were actually made with real gold.
Oh
He got everyone on the team beats. I'm pretty sure that's good enough for me, because I actually lost my headphones a few weeks before that. So shout out Sam Hartman, man.
I lost my beats on my spring break vacation. I threw them in the trash can on the airplane. So shout out.
Why'd you throw them in the trash can?
It was total on accident. I still don't know where they went. I had them in my hand, and then like the trash lady came by, and I threw away my bottle, and then I didn't have my headphones.
Were they earbuds or over the ear?
No, the earbuds.
Okay, I was going to say, if you just like fold those up and threw them in the can.
I don't know what happened. So shout out Sam.
You gotta you're gonna be worried about getting old, because I get old now. And it's like I put my keys in the trash and like the Sour Patch bag in the key holder at home right now. It's like the opposite thing. So your brain starts doing weird stuff.
Yeah,
as you get older. Mm-hmm. 5th year for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Jack and Maris about this last week, but the guys that came in around that time have been through a ton since they've been here, right? Because you went through football, shutdown, COVID, and then coaching change. Just now that you're in your 5th year, just as you reflect upon your time at Notre Dame, what comes to mind? What are the emotions and memories that come to mind as you think about your time here?
Yeah, reminiscing, thinking about all the stuff that I've been through getting here, it always brings me back to the same moment, and that was the moment I decided to come here, and that was for the people. Like when you go and you decide to commit and give your everything to a school, when you decide to sign that letter of intent, like you don't want to do it for a coach. You don't want to do it for a fan base or anyone else other than like the guys in that locker room, because that's who you're going to be spending all the time with. Coaches come and go. You know, the guys that you can always count on are going to be the guys next to you, the guys you spend all day with, 365 days a year.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I visited and met the players and got a sense of that locker room feel, like that was something I wanted to be around, because there's a bunch of guys that are highly competitive, and there are a bunch of guys that are, you know, iron sharpens iron. They're going to make you better. So that's why I wanted to be around. And now it's stayed true to this day. It's got me through the toughest of times.
What about you, Joe? I mean, I hear you nodding along to that, and I see you kind of affirming everything there. You haven't been here as long, but it sounds like the decision was similar that you made.
Yeah, it was extremely similar. I look back to, obviously I was different. I got recruited during COVID, so I couldn't really come here and like see the guys, but it was I was on a Zoom call, and like I'd been on a lot of Zoom calls, and you could feel kind of how, you know, some colleges maybe like fake what they were really about and stuff. It didn't feel real, but I got on a Zoom call with, I think it was 5 offensive linemen from here, and it felt so real. And you always heard about this brotherhood thing, but you could see it live in action. Like, yeah, I was on there, but like they were joking around with each other. They were talking to each other, and just felt like that's where I wanted to be. And ever since then and coming here, and it's been the best decision I've ever made. It's my home away from home. These guys are who I rely on, and they're there for me. And you want to be successful for them. They want to be successful for you. And it's this brotherhood and this bond that will be, you know, beyond football, beyond college. That's just this.
Yeah, the rest of your life.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's been such a dream to be a part of it.
Well, it sounds awesome. I wish I was part of the OLine, but I'm not. Thanks for swinging by, guys. We're going to let you get out of here. We're going to bring Coach Freeman in. Okay?
Perfect.
All right.
Bye, Zeke.
Have fun in class, Joe.